Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I am Mr. Mitch. I am the owner of Vernon County Schools District for student. I will be going over your interview.
All right.
May I get your name,
Colby Greenwood.
age,
My age is an adult age. If I'll hire adults or anything like that.
okay,
Um.
why do you, why do you want to join the company?
Um. Well, first off, when I uh first heard of rigs abroad, some companies um that I joined that got shut down once before. So, one of the companies that it took me I studied about rigs of rods. This was like years ago, and like the year 2022. And I when I first heard of, I watched two different type of companies on rigs of rods, and I I can't even remember the first one, but the first one I worked for was I think it was Cheapin, and then their server got leaked. Then I tried different many other companies, but they didn't really seem my interest, so I left, and I left Willows. That was a couple months ago, or a couple weeks ago. I can't even remember. And and I sticked with them from no from I guess I'll probably say from September, and then all the way to October, and then now into November. And I was like, man, if they're not doing routes, I'm just gonna go ahead and just leave the server and delete their content and stuff, and I'll probably see if I can come up with another company. And that's what brought me to you guys, and that's when I decided to look at the I looked at the server and the videos, and y'all guys have pretty neat, good looking buses. And I've seen a lot of videos of y'all guys, how y'all guys do training and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, if I get a notification on my Discord, I might try to join them. I might. I just don't know how they're going to react. Just give it some time, and they'll probably kick in, and we'll go from there. And I never heard of this Rigs of Rods for years, and I was I never heard of this game until now. That's why I started off uh practicing on Rigs of Rods with no bus companies, none of their content, just the ones that were on the game. Jason's old CE pack and C2 pack with no company name on there. And that's the only type of buses I use. And I actually getting pretty good on it, on my process and stuff. And that's like, okay, now I'm not sure if their companies are available or hiring. That's what got me nervous about. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be, whew. um, I don't know. I'll see what if I do get hired or not. And that's when I joined Jeepins, and this was the year I joined Jeepins was, I think, 2023, probably near December. I think I joined them since, I think, hmm, yeah, because I joined Discord last year in 2023. I joined Discord, and it says March 25th of 2023. and it says on re your your um your status, and that's the year I came on here, and it says member since March 5th of 2023. So I think that's the month that I joined Jeepin's bus company, and
Okay.
that's the first company, and then their server got leaked, and that's when I realized they moved to Roblox, and Roblox is getting shut down for good for some reason. And Roblox, I mean, they have pretty good games in my, pretty good games. It just, I just don't cut out for that because they don't have no fan noises in it, just like Reads of Rods does. So I decided to leave that company, and then I tried Norton Bloom. Of course, they weren't hiring. Tried Normal Bloom, weren't hiring. And I was like, well, I'll come up, something will come up. And then that's what brought me to you guys, and that was the video of y'all guys is from the beginning. Y'all guys had in the video. Y'all guys had the old type, C2s and CEs in that video that I watched yesterday. Before I came to my grandparents' house, and I said, "Hmm, first student, huh? Vernon, first student? Never heard of them. Hmm. Well, I'll I'll see what I can do. I'll probably sign up an application." And that's when I got your notification this morning that it got approved, and I was about to get up and just make myself some coffee, and that's when I got the message that said it was approved. So that's what got me in the first start of this. And there's one company I got blacklisted from, and that's, I think, Kalamazoo Bus Company or something like that. And I said, dude, what you're on the applications, it says adult. It says above from 13 or 14 or older. And for some reason they changed it, and I said, okay, I am not comfortable with this. Are you kidding me right now? And then that's when I tried applied for them. They denied, and they told me I can retry Kalamazoo in the near future. But right now I'm blacklisted and stuff, and that really kind of shocked me. I said, what is wrong with my aged of 21? What's wrong with that? Every single company in Rigs of Rods has a different application on their applications of aged and stuff. I've seen that before, and I don't randomly do that anymore. I just do one thing at a time. Just think about it before I sign the application. That's what my mom always says to me. Just wait, just wait for a couple of days, then you'll probably probably sign up for a bus company in Rigs of Rods, and that's what I did. And this is all. That's all I can remember is what I can think of.
Okay. Next, you ready for the next question?
Yes, sir.
What prior experience do you have?
The experience I have was, I think it was the company. Well, not really, but uh the buses that a good old friend of mine, uh Reese, he has a hard name. I'm just gonna call him Reese. Reese, he's been a good friend of mine ever since when we first met. I met Camden and Reese, Ben, and I guess Landon. Fortunately, I'm not friends with Landon that much, but but I don't normally answer Discords that much, like I used to. But my old Discord, the year I had one, it got hacked. I think I was in the age of, I think I'll probably say 13 or 14 years of age. Um, then my good thing on this Discord thing on Rigs of Rods, I am a very good driver on Rigs of Rods. Sometimes I drive trucks, semis, probably school buses, and some unused school buses. That are no longer part of a company like South of Dale. And sometimes I use their bus packs, sometimes I don't. It just you know, I mean, I mean this. I mean, this is a whole different ball game for me in this new company. And my good experience on Rigs of Rods is just having fun in the game. You know, that's all I can think of.
Okay. Tell us about yourself.
Um, so I'm not actually from Mount Pleasant, but I'm actually from Texas on the upper side. But my grandmother graduated here in Iowa. She lived here, and I had heart surgery in 2000. I don't know what year it was. I'm autistic, and I have autism, and I get really anxious and nervous of when I join a company if they're not going to hire me or not. But um, my grandparents, well, my grandpa was a semi driver. He worked for a company in Dallas, Texas called Stevens Transport. This was back in, I think, 2009 or 2010. I think it's somewhere around those 2 years. And he worked for them through 2013. That's when he quit. And that's when he drove for a town called, if you look up the address, uh, called Forney ISD. That's the school I used to went to, Forney High School. That's the school I went to before I moved to a different state with my mom, and then things sort of got out of control, and then I moved back in with my grandparents, and then moved back in with her, and then all of a sudden I was in foster care, and now I was um my original father came in the house and did all this to me and put me in foster care, and that's where I would that's the place I did not belong at. That's that's the place I don't belong. And they sent me away, all my friends in a new high school I got used to, and it it just broke my heart, and I was in a whole entire facility, and I felt like I was in like like in a like in a box and a door, and this, I'm like, this is not the place. This is not where I belong. The 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 place I belong is outside in the real world, where all it's free and don't have to do anything unless finding a job or finding, you know, some comfort or anything like that. I mean, that's what I do, but my favorite thing to do is driving a a semi, but I want to go. My family is trying to put me in a little steps, and I was like, "Oh my god, come on, little steps? Seriously?" Uh, Man, it made me mad a couple of days, and that's when my grandparents drove a school bus. Well, when I say drive a school bus, I don't mean like they drove one. They rode in one. In Texas, in the law state of Texas, in the town where I was from, you have to ride a handicap bus down there if you're a handicapped kid. And I rode on those handicapped school buses for years. And I knew my grandma was keeping something from me that she wasn't from Texas. She was from another state. And that's how my grandpa and her met. And she's from Iowa and she graduated in the year 1974. Yeah, and then I knew something was up their sleeve. They were building a house up here. So, and up here I got to ride a regular bus. Got transferred off a elementary school bus. Then I got transferred on another bus to the high school. So right now I go to church called Marion Avenue. We have down there their fleets. We just got a brand newer bus. We normally have ICEs, Bluebird Visions for church bus routes, and we have a brand new Vision that we just bought from Washington, Iowa County school district. And the bus I ride on to church, they run churches on Sundays and Wednesdays. They don't run the buses on Wednesdays, they run them on Sundays. So it just depends on where you live and what Iowa county you live in. That's how they do the rails. That's all I can think of.
What bus do you
Yeah.
prefer to drive?
Um, I accidentally put um uh a CE, but I wanted to drive a C2. The buses I've
Okay.
driven for a company were from a former company were a Bluebird Vision and one an ICE and a T3FE type school buses. And the ones that I drove were C2 and a Vision and a CE. So I want to drive a C2 again for uh
Okay.
for the routes. And I accidentally put the 2025 CE on there, and I said, "Oh no, that's not what I wanted. C2." Oh man. Oh well. Too late. Anyways,
What do you want to be called? What
uh,
nickname you want to be named?
uh, just international sensation. Internet. Well, not sensation, but international. International is okay. So,
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna double check your application real quick.
all right.
Okay, when coming towards the railroad crossing, what are the first two steps of this?
Uh, Come again?
When coming towards the railroad crossing, what are the first two steps?
Oh, um, once you come up to a railroad crossing, you have to open or park the bus first, and then open the doors and put on your flashers and open your window and listen for a train. And if there's no train, or if there is a train coming, then you can safely cross the tracks with your bus doors closed and flashers off, and you can keep your driver window open or closed. It really doesn't matter if you want to if it's hot outside, and you can just do that. And we we do also do that in church now. So
When making a student stop, how do you react when the student is crossing the street?
You just stopped. You stop and let them cross first, and to the school lot, and let them cross to get to the school. Then you can, once all the kids have passed in front of a car or a school bus, you can safely go across and continue your route.
How do you do a proper pre-trip?
First, you put your pre-trip lights on. Pre-trip lights on, then you open the back door, the emergency back door, and make sure it's working properly, just in case there's a fire or smoke or something wrong with any of the systems in the bus. Then you go out, open your school bus doors, and you X out the vehicle, and then you make sure the tires are all good and the back tires, front tires. Then you check your stop sign, see if it's working. Then you check your uh, red and yellow amber lights for stop or picking up a student. Some and then 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 you do your radio check.
Before leaving base, what are you supposed to do before leaving lot?
You're supposed to honk the horn, and then you do your radio check. Then you start continuing on your route.
Do you understand that if you cheated on the application, you will be denied?
Yes,
By joining VCPS Bus Company, you agree to follow chain of command and server guidelines and TOS.
yes.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how active are you?
10%.
One scale from 1 to 10, how good are you driving skills?
Also 10%.
What on a scale from 1 to 10, how good are your listening communication skills?
Uh, That'll be also 10%.
By ending this interview, do you understand that if you leak the content, you will be fired?
Yes, sir.
And also, a last question: do you understand if you make videos with the content, you will have to put content as private in your description? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Um, do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
When are you free for training?
Uh, Anytime, anywhere. I mean, I can do my training right now because by tomorrow I have church and my bus doesn't, they have different times at school. So I got all the time I need today.
Okay. Do you wish to do your training today?
Yes, sir.
Please change your nickname for me,
All right. Will do.
and your bus number will be 202405.
All right. That will do.
I will move you down to training.
All right.
Hello?